On today's episode, I'll be talking about The Alchemist. Listen, you would never find me slandering the idea or the concept of self help books because, listen, when I talk about self help books, every self help book I talk about changed my life, right? And on today's episode, I'll be talking about The Alchemist. So I got introduced to The Alchemist by a friend, and pretty much it was just one of those very interesting book where it's almost like, okay, let's see where this is going, and eventually I finished the book. In fact, personally, I read books like they are tools, so I would always refer back to the book to check on certain things and certain ideologies and apply to your real life, right? The book made me understand that a life would have like burning desires, things that we would decide to pursue, and along the way we may say things that look, more rewarding than the end goal as to why we started the journey in the first place, right? But eventually we get to have that conversation with ourselves, what's they call the personal legend. Was like, okay, I know what brought me here in the first place. I understand the importance of this thing that I'm also experiencing, which is not what brought me here, but which is nice to have. But I'll go get what I want, and then hopefully this remains for me. Like, the idea of a personal legend is so underrated as a woman because oftentimes we are very easy to get distracted either by our obligations as being mothers, being wives, and just taking up the embodiment of being a woman. Just taking up the embodiment of being a woman is like one thing that makes people lose that inner desire in them. So I think reading The Alchemist is a book I would actually recommend to anybody, and it's one book I would always really go back to because at the end of the day we all have our calling, that thing that burns inside of us to desire certain things, and then if we deviate from it, it begins to feel like a struggle to show up as yourself. So yes, The Alchemist is one quote unquote self help book I would always recommend.